Oof, we're back in my shed. And yes, it is very messy. It's been a week. Welcome back, legends. It is the final video of the Evans Datsun 200B SR20 conversion that I'm doing. It's been 3 weeks, is it, since I put up the last video of this, because we've been waiting on a few parts and stuff. This week wasn't smooth sailing at all, but I've buttoned it up. It is finished. There is a couple small things left to do on it in the future, once some more bits get here and stuff. But yeah, it has been very busy, like I said. So you can see bonnet's obviously back on, grill, everything, intake, all buttoned up. So the last time you seen this, if you watched the last video, I was doing the wiring. So I just finished up roughly putting the wiring in the car, and it was very messy sort of thing. It was running. I'd started it, obviously. But yeah, it was very messy and just slapped together for the time being, pretty much to get that video finished and to get it running. So this is why I needed a couple more weeks to button a few things up and make everything a lot neater to the point that it is now. Like I said, yeah, still a couple of things left to do, but it's very close. So the last video, like I said, it was running. I did have a problem arise since then. It was a couple things. So I don't know whether I touched on this, but basically when Evan bought this engine and everything, it wasn't a complete package. He bought an engine and a gearbox, and then he separately bought a loom and an ECU and airflow meter and stuff like that. So there was a bit of stuffing around with finding the right bits and whatnot. And as it turned out, he bought a airflow meter off of eBay that was listed as a S14 non-turbo, like SR20 DE. Airflow meter, and it rocked up, and once again, probably my fault, I didn't check it until it was too late, basically. But yeah, turns out it was a turbo airflow meter, and wouldn't work with this ECU, basically. So the other day when I first got it running, it revved fine, and I didn't pick up on any issues at the time, but I didn't have an O2 sensor plugged in, which was also a weird scenario, right? Because the airflow meter was plugged in, the O2 sensor wasn't plugged in, and it would still rev. But this time I've plugged everything in because I didn't have the extractors finished last time, or the headers. So I've plugged everything in properly. I've plugged in the O2 sensor and airflow meter and everything, and a problem instantly arose where it wouldn't start, or it would fire and turn off straight away. I unplugged the airflow meter, and I could get it to start and obviously rev to 2,500 RPM, and then it would cut out like it's got no airflow meter plugged in, obviously. So chasing a few things, plug the airflow meter back in, unplug the O2 sensor, and I could get it to rev and run and stuff, which was once again odd, but not all the time. So anyway, doing some research, discovered that we had the wrong airflow meter. Like I said, this was only this time that we actually found it out, and it was actually yesterday. Because I've been so busy, I had a lot of things planned. So once again, sorry for the late upload on this week's video. Today is Saturday that I'm filming this, so it is getting uploaded today. But yeah, just been a hectic week. Ended up working an extra shift at work, so put me behind. Then trying to find airflow meters on a Saturday, difficult, obviously. Anyway, off on a tangent again. What I'm getting at is, so this airflow meter right here is this is the part number, come on, 2268052F00. And this is the airflow meter that was supplied, right? Which is 2268069F01. So this is an S13 turbo, and this is a S15 turbo or S14 turbo. So the problem here is the airflow meter that we actually needed was similar to this. So 2268052F01 is the one that we needed. And yeah, obviously I don't have it. That one there is an S13 SR turbo, which turns out will get the job done. It's running on this this airflow meter. I didn't have a plug for it, hence why dodgy connections, but we'll sort that out. Yeah, that's one of the jobs that I'm going to sort out in the future. I've also got to work out something better with the temp gauge. Tacho's not currently hooked up, which I'll sort out. at some stage, but it's to the point, like I said, 99.5% finished, I'm going to say. It all buttoned up really, really nicely. So I've got the shifter and everything back in. Whoop. Shifter and everything is back in. And I should have filmed this, right? I actually fitted it with the standard Sylvia gear boot and everything underneath. So yeah, it's really nice. I nutserted the floor and everything. One problem this had before was it was not sealed from the outside, basically. So that was one of the main things that I wanted to sort out some fumes and stuff on this, because Ev is using this as, I've said before, a bit of a cruiser on the weekend. He wants to take his family out and stuff. So yeah, it needs to be fume proof at least. But yeah, this actually turned out really nice, really, really nice. So last piece of the puzzle that I got to sort out, which I'll do once I've got it out of the shed, so I can actually get that door open and sort all that out. Clutch, I had to make some adjustments, but yep, we're all good. That's obviously all the Datsun stuff bolted up to the SR box. All I had to do was take the adjuster out because it was seized and just lengthen it a little bit. But yeah, nothing that was too strenuous. So last piece of the puzzle to get it finished was the accelerator cable. Now, if you watched my last couple of videos, I think I mentioned it. So this is a MAZDA, yeah, literally a MAZDA 200B throttle cable. Pretty decent, but it got lost in the post. So Evan actually had to go, like, we're from the Barossa. MAZDA's in Mount Barker. So yeah, in the end, Evan just drove down and picked one up. So we now have one, and yeah, not waiting on it anymore. So putting these in, you do have to drill the firewall a little bit there. So basically there's the hole where the linkage goes through originally, and you have to drill a hole just underneath it and then sort of notch it so you can get the bolt into it, or the bolt, that part of the thread of the cable into it. What else? I think we're pretty well right. So you can see the headers are starting to get some color in them. Since the last video, or in the last couple of weeks, you can see I've added springs to the collector and everything. But I'm just going to chuck it up on the hoist so we can have a look, because everything is finished under there finally. Right, my favourite part of the car probably. The exhaust, like I said, is all buttoned up. As you can see up there, I've got all the springs on the collector and where the slip joints are. Everything is welded out, cleaned up, all the welds. Yeah, all the welds are cleaned up. Yeah, so springs on everything. Obviously, everything is mounted up. I did touch on it in the video that when I made it. This bit is flexible, so this is on rubber mounts, and then from here back is on solid mounts, just because it's so tight where it goes through that, through the cross member cradle thingy. But yeah, everything turned out schmick. Good. So yeah, I've tested speedo works. I haven't confirmed reverse works yet. This is why it's just on a dodgy plug for now. As in reverse lights, not. It also has a buzzer. In the last couple of weeks, while I've had time, I also ended up chucking a set of new lifters in it. I say new, they were secondhand. Ev had another motor, another SR sitting there, so we just ripped some lifters out of that and chucked a set in, just because it had a bit of a chirp that sort of was getting worse. It does have another noise in the head. I'm going to say it's the VCT, but yeah, it's a bit hard to tell, sort of thing. It does clear up once it warms up and stuff, so it's just there for the first couple of minutes. It is common for these engines to have that, like a rattle from probably the solenoid usually plays up, I think, for the VCT. It could be the case in this. This thing does have good oil pressure. The oil pressure gauge does work, which is a positive. But yeah, so anyway, I did chuck a set of lifters in it. This bloody shed is giving me the heebie-jeebies. This is so messy. Yeah, she's going to get a good clean up once this car's out. But anyway, you know what that means? It is time to move this thing out of the shed for the first time in, I said when I started this, I said it was going to be about 8 weeks. This is the 7th video. So I think I've done a pretty good job. pat myself on the back on that one. We didn't end up doing struts and brakes or anything because Evan is in the process of discussing it with an engineer. I think he's possibly going to be able to get away with just putting vented brakes on it. So yeah, just probably new, slightly upgraded brakes, but keep these struts and stuff. So we might end up coilovering these struts or something. But whatever ends up, this is definitely getting coilovers of some description at some stage. To fix some issues that it has going on. So, but yeah, for now, first drive out of the shed, small drive. Pull her out there on the lawn and give her a wash because it is very, very, very dirty. The windscreen has, I don't know whether I said it, I just spray the windscreen with tire shine just so that it doesn't get like sparks and shit sticking to it. Does it work? I don't know. I've not had an issue with it before. Obviously you can get like anti-splatter stuff that you can actually put on them. But yeah, let's get this bad boy on the ground and out of the shed. Hopefully it drives. Now I've tested it in gears, right? So I'm pretty confident it's going to move. What's the most exciting part of the build? Definitely not starting it and driving it for the first time. It's taken it off the hoist for the first time in 2 months. Yeah. All right, I should probably show you that it actually runs. Yeah, pretty much the idea obviously behind this was it starts and runs like factory sort of thing. So everything is pretty straightforward. I did stuff one thing up. I'll admit to it. I stuffed one thing up. Just only one thing. I was putting in the new like sender thermostat switch thing for the thermo fans. And it's like in underneath the intake manifold there. And yeah, I snapped it. So currently the thermo fans are just on a switch. When the new thermostat switchy thing gets here, I'll swap that out. That's one other thing that I need to do. So yeah, good work, Jared. So everything's pretty straightforward. Obviously it does still have a battery isolator under here because yeah, that's where the battery was. And boom, baby. Boom. It's very aesthetically pleasing. Very, very glad that we went with the cream rocker cover because, many stoked on that. Thermo fans working. I saw a little noise in the in this area, so I'm pretty sure it's VCT, but yeah, bud. Yeah. Very happy. Obviously oil pressure gauge works. Temp gauge, I just need to double check. I think it works, but it's just because it works in a small range sort of thing. Tacho does not work, as I said. I still need to hook up one wire for that. Speedo does work. Yeah, makes a cool sound too. Obviously I haven't heard it under load and ripping yet, but you know, it is pretty much a factory SR20 200B, you know? Yeah. Stoked to be at this point, honestly. It's awesome. I was pretty defeated just a few hours ago, to be honest, when I was trying to work out this airflow meter, and the fact that the one airflow meter that I needed is bloody impossible to find. Like, you can buy them obviously new and they're like $900 or something. They do pop up. A few popped up like recently, second hand, but yeah, to get to this point now, well excited. Peppy as. Second most exciting part. Shutting the bonnet for the last time. Hopefully. Hey. Okay, here it is. Moment of truth. I can see lots. That's the tire shine. Yep. I can see where I'm going. Oh, mama. bud. Ooh, hoo, hoo. Yeah. Big drive. 6 meters out of the shed to put it on the lawn so I can wash it. Not bad. Yeah. Clean yourself up. Works. Oil pressure. Alternator charging, like I said, temp, haven't sussed. I've literally labelled the wire for the taco. I should literally just plug it in. Why don't I just do that? turbo drive, just to get the feel of it, see what it's like. Fuel pump, noisy. Outside, car, pretty quiet actually. Yeah. Remember why we did this build to start with? Some reliability and like turnkey start every time. Goodness, basically. So, and it's, yeah, definitely happy with it. Is Evan happy with it though? Evan's a bit, he doesn't show his emotions as much, so if I can get a smile or a laugh out of him, we're on a winner. Yeah, suspension still needs to work, right? It's on the list, once we know what we're doing engineer-wise. Hopefully the fuel gauge works, like we were just talking about before. The oil gauge still works, yes. Temp gauge does not work, but thermo fans are on, so it's not running hot. I can't smell it. Must be fine. Yeah. This thing puts a smile on my face, that's for sure. It's, yeah, like I said, not originally built to be a race car, right? It's built to be like a classic, cool sounding, and it does sound cool. It's got that induction noise, so, yeah. It ticks those boxes, that's for sure. Up there, but yeah, it's super nice. Like, yeah, gearbox, what's in the engine, like,
Yeah.
you're like, I'm that bit more confident. Like when I start my drift car up and hold on limiter, I'm like, yep, we're good, let's go.
We're good, isn't it?
It's running.
Yeah. It's good.
Yeah.
You did good. You done did good.
You done it good. Oh, stoked on it. What's your thoughts, Ev? Very happy with it.
Yeah, I'm stoked.
It actually sounds sick, and the rev limiter is way higher than what it feels like it should be. It starts making noise at like, I feel like it starts making noise at like 3,000 RPM, and then it continues to make noise to 11,000.
Yeah, I feel like we were only revving at like half.
Yeah, we thought we were going fast, and it was only at 5,000 RPM.
Yeah.
But anyway, Project Datsun 200B SR20 conversion, success. Thanks for watching, you champions. Don't forget, hit the subscribe button if you want to stay up to date. New, old project next week. You'll have to wait and find out. Thanks, guys. Catch you next week.